Preach on the joy of fasting and praying. It's at the dead center of both words. As always, okay? Feel the T and feel the Y on your lips. Ready? The joy of fasting. The joy of praying. And one more for you, the joy of listening. Okay? And the joy of silence. These are all ordained terms of heaven that have a 5 at the dead center. Silence and science, very similar. Okay? But praying is mostly listening, mostly silence. Okay? So listening has the E at the dead center. Silence has the E at the dead center. Praying has the Y at the dead center. And fasting has the T at the dead center. What's amazing is that the only letter that divides by 5 in fasting is the T at the center. Same thing with praying. The only letter that divides by 5 is the Y at the center. So the joy of, you got to feel this on your lips though, the joy of fasting and praying. You see how the joy is at the center of the word? It's like a mountaintop. Fasting, praying, listening, silence. Okay? So, there you go. Praying is mostly silence, listening. Okay? God's voice comes to you in your head. And then when you complete the puzzle perfectly, just like males and females divides by 5, and food and drink divides by 5, and bread and wine divides by 5, you say fasting and praying. Okay? That all divides by 5 perfectly now. But it's all for your joy, and Jesus makes this clear by starting these whole commandments with the famous word when, which equals joy, perfectly 50. Jesus says, when you fast, when equals joy. Jesus says, when you pray, when equals joy. In the sovereignty of God, we even say the word when we tell someone to stop pouring something into our cup, as in it's just the perfect amount for our perfect joy. But there's all sorts of science that has exploded in recent history about all of the health benefits of fasting, how it spikes your human growth hormone and does all sorts of incredible things for your health. Okay? And so more people are getting into it like crazy, and they're experiencing the actual joy, the God-ordained joy of fasting. So, but I'm here for the math, okay, the revelation of the Gematria. Okay, 5's at the center, T at the center of fasting. Fasting, it's like a mountaintop. Fasting, okay, praying, listening, silence, okay. And then, like I said, the phrase fasting and praying divides by 5, just like food and drink, bread and wine, males and females, and the massive host of other and combos that we've had from God that all divide by 5, like rejoice and be glad is another famous one. Stunning gems, okay? But fasting and praying are two of the most ancient human ordinances of God for joy. And I'm here to present the mathematical glory of